Merry Christmas, everyone. Welcome to December 24th. We're at the end of the calendar, the final box of the day. And today with today's coffee is Muttley and Jack. Here's Jack. And he can introduce the coffee for today. Before you do that, how should we brew the coffee so I can do it while you tell us about it?
We're going to go with the 62 grams per liter ratio. So that's 12.4 grams of coffee for a 200 milliliter brew.
Okay, I'm doing 200, so I'll use that. 12.4, give or take. 12.6 I've got. And water temperature before I start grinding?
Water is slightly cooler than the last time. So we're going to go with 96, 97 degree water for V60.
Okay. Pretty warm still, but not piping. Now that I'm done grinding, how would you grind the coffee? About the same, medium fine?
About the same. I'll go for medium fine on this. So you have a Comandante that you're using. Do you have a number setting on that you're...
This is the 1Z Presso, and there is numbers here, but depending on where you 0 point it, right now it's on a 5.
Right.
If that, for reference, I guess some people will have the same grinder, and a 5 on a 5 will be close, but. Okay, so brew. Or how much would you put in on this coffee? We don't know what it is yet. How much would you bloom with?
Bloom with just around about double the amount of coffee weight. So around about 25 grams of water for a bloom.
All right. And you use 30 seconds or a little shorter, a little longer?
I think 30 seconds is about right.
Okay. All right. Now we are... Okay. Well, you can say, and then the rest of the brew, when do you pour in the second pour?
For a brew this size, I mean, keep an eye on the level of the water. You don't want it to disappear, but probably I would say about 1:15 to 1:20 seconds is when you need to top it up.
Okay.
Oh, but pour in the rest after the bloom, I should say. Not the rest, I'm messing with this brew. Bring it up to about 60% of your target.
Yeah, okay.
So around about 120 grams of water total now in this second pour.
Yeah.
And then by the time we get to 1:20 seconds or so, we might already be there now. Then you can start to slowly pour in the rest. I don't have a timer.
I'm at 53 seconds.
Okay. Yeah. So in about another 20 seconds or so, you can start to pour in the rest. But look down into your filter and see. You don't want it to run out.
We're getting close. What's your thought on not having the brew bed dry up?
I like to keep it fairly, I don't want it to dry up.
Do you have a reasoning for that, or a methodology?
It's just in terms of, there are so many different factors that can affect the brew. And so the ones that I can keep constant, I try to keep constant, because then it's just easier to get the same results time after time.
Yeah.
Now, when you're dealing with an advent calendar like this, of course, you're not going to be brewing brew after brew after brew.
Yeah, you have about 4 brews of this size.
Yeah.
So you have to, nice to get it right sooner. All right. So what are we going to be drinking today?
Today is a Gesha coffee, because
Nice.
it is Christmas Eve. It's the 24th.
Mm-hmm.
It's from Costa Rica, and it's a washed Gesha from the farm Finca Inés, or Finca Inés, I'm not sure the pronunciation, in Costa Rica. It's coming from a cooperative, the Victoria Cooperative, which is actually the oldest cooperative in Costa Rica, in the Western Valley. I can't tell you exactly how many years they've been going for, but if they are the oldest cooperative, they've been around for quite a few decades. And they are very ambitious about the future of coffee, not just for them, but for the whole world. And they are really trying to make people all around the world see coffee in a new way, not just as a drug that we're all addicted to and we want to get it into us as much as possible, but a product that can be so luxurious and so fantastic. And they have devoted quite a large amount of their farm to experimenting. They have a lab, and they're constantly trying to push coffee forward. And this coffee is really creamy. One of the things that I really enjoy about most Gesha coffees is that they have this creamy, almost yogurt-like quality. Now, yogurt is maybe not something that you think about as an attractive quality in coffee, but if I say like frozen yogurt and that sort of sherbet creaminess that you get, then I think it starts to sound a lot more attractive. And this coffee has got this in bucket loads. I'm drinking one that I've brewed now about 20 minutes ago. And there is so much sherbety zestiness that comes through as this is cooling down that it's a little Christmas party in a cup here. When I was looking at the taste notes for this, there was so much that you could write down about this coffee. Some of them was just like, OMG, like, oh my God. I don't know where that fits on the tasting wheel, but there's just an awful lot in this cup here.
It's sort of tough to pick.
Yeah. I think lemongrass stands out a little bit at the beginning.
That would be good.
There's a little bit of strawberry or strawberry sherbet, maybe. And then towards the end, maybe in the aftertaste, especially as it cools, you get a little bit of elderflower, this sort of floral sherbet thing.
Yeah, it's definitely citrusy, but it doesn't really have that. It doesn't have the bitterness of a lemon or anything, but it has, like lemongrass, like you say, would give sort of a smooth lemony taste without like a lemon candy maybe is better.
Yeah.
And then some sweetness, like strawberries. You mentioned strawberries. Was that the second fruit, or what you had after the?
Yeah, so there's some strawberry, maybe even some other berries are in there too. Tiny little bit of grape, like white, a very ripe white grape. And like after you've swallowed and just you kind of run your tongue around the inside of your mouth, you're like, there's a little bit of white grape. There's a little bit of zest there. So it leaves little extra gifts to discover even after it is.
There's a lot of flavors now that I've swallowed like 30 seconds ago. There's still lots to taste for quite a long time. And I think it's one of those coffees that I feel like a sign of a good coffee or a really tasty coffee, or maybe a special coffee, is one that after an hour you get a taste in your mouth again and you think, oh, what is that taste in my mouth? Oh yeah, it's that coffee I drank earlier today. And you get little flashes of that taste in your mouth that keep coming back. And I think this is one that would do that. Yeah, and really flavorful. And it's sort of in all of its sort of flavor and fruitiness. It's not. It doesn't sort of take over your mouth in like in an anaerobic coffee sort of way.
No,
it sort of feels
there's
more
also
like a lemon pie or something.
I don't know about Norway. I guess you probably have this drink as well, this julmust. It's kind of like the only soft drink that outsells Coca-Cola in Sweden, at least at this time of the year, is this thing called julmust. It's like this cola-looking, kind of slightly spicy drink. Do you get that in Norway?
What is it? Does it taste like cola?
I think it tastes like rum and cola, to be honest.
I don't think we do.
But kids love.
It's really big in Norway. But that's just like cream soda for anyone who knows what cream soda is. So, but that's obviously something different than what you're talking about.
Well, the reason that I bring it up is the rum flavor that I find in that Yule must. There's something about like a fermented sugar flavor that appears in this drink as well. So it's kind of like a tiny little salute to the Yule must tradition in Sweden.
Yeah.
But you have to search for it. It doesn't like knock you in over the head with.
Yeah, I don't know if this is sort of the same idea, but I could. I feel like a little sprinkle of brown sugar on the top would be something I might taste. So now I'm going for a lemon pie with brown sugar sprinkled on top.
Yeah. Sounds like a nice Christmas dessert as well.
Maybe a little vanilla ice cream on the side. Cool. Anything else you want to say to the Christmas coffee drinkers?
Have a great holiday. And thanks for being with us in Advent. And thanks for this year. See you next year for lots more great coffees.
Great, thanks. Thanks for being part of the calendar again and providing us with the super tasty Gesha for the 24th. And we'll see you again next year. Thanks.
See you then.
Bye.
Merry Christmas.